Sexual consent is something that most people seek out before having intercourse. What if we actually took that a step further and asked ourselves the most important question there is? Am I ready for a child in case all of our preventative measures and contraceptives fail? Fortunately for many children that grow up in single-family homes, they're the ones that suffer because of our indiscretions. Hi, my name is Jamie Olmquist, and today we're going to look at the effects of children who grow up without father figures in their lives. To understand these dangers, we are going to look at how fathers truly impact children's mental and emotional state of mind and the many hardships that are placed onto the children. Let's start with how children are affected mentally. Just because you have a child does not make you a father. Any idiot can have a kid, but it is the time that you put in, the love that you spend with that child to grow them up to be a positive role model in our society. First of all, it's hard on children to talk to their children that they have fathers because they just don't get that without a father figure in their life. To them, it's kind of a new concept and a foreign concept for them. And in the National Principals Association report, 71% of all high school dropouts come from fatherless homes. That is 9 times the average. A lot of hardships are placed on these children that don't have fathers, and so they don't really have a positive role model to go talk to, especially in boys. A lot of us bond with our fathers, and without that, mentally it plays games with our heads, and we don't know how to cope with that. As you can see, children become mentally unstable without a father figure. Now let's take it a step further, and let's look at how this growing problem affects them emotionally. Fathers provide safety, security, and a strong role model for kids to look up to. Without that, you see a lot of children that grow up poverty, crime rates. Most children start off physically and emotionally attached to their mother, but at some point, dad finally gets to come into life, and when that time, it's an exciting time. And this love between a mom and a dad for a child provides a security blanket for this kid. Now, without that father, then what happens to that security blanket? About.com, under parenting and fatherhood, states that 63% of youth suicides come from fatherless homes. That's 5 times the average. All it comes down to, once again, is the hardships that are placed on these kids because fathers aren't in their lives. Without somebody to talk to, without somebody to help them there through their troubles, unfortunately, some of these kids take the bad road, and something that no parent ever wants to deal with. As you can see, emotional bonds with children are such an important role in raising children. Without them, children are more at risk for horrific dangers that no parents are ready for. Finally, let's look at how fatherless children have many more hardships placed onto them. Children without fathers have more responsibility placed on them because more than likely they're a single-parent household. Usually mom's working, so this leaves time for either him or her to probably help raise that with siblings, maybe get a job early on to help provide, watch brothers and sisters, and so they don't really get to grow up and have a normal childhood. Without a father, who's going to step in also when attitudes and actions need to be corrected? Yes, women are strong, but at some point, boys at least, will outgrow their moms, and who's going to be there to stop them when they're doing things that are probably illegal or they're not even supposed to be doing? Fatherless children are more susceptible to crime and poverty if more men do not step up and take responsibility for their actions. Now let's look at all the information we talked about today. We started off by looking at the growing rate of high school dropouts and how mentally unstable children can become without a father. Next, we looked at the alarming rate of suicides and emotional bonds from fathers with their children. Last, we covered how children without a father are more likely to grow up in poverty and into a life of crime. I hope you all kind of just take a step back and ask yourself if you're doing everything you can for your children. Thanks for your time today.